We are welcome back to section 1.5, and here we are looking at improper fraction. Okay, how to solve questions, how to solve partial fractions that involve improper fractions. Firstly, I want to quickly explain what is the meaning of improper fractions. If you look at the following questions we have here, okay, improper fraction are two cases whereby you can have the numerator, the power of the numerator and denominator being equal. That's one case. The second case is when you have the power of the numerator is greater than what? Than denominator. Okay? This one is polynomial of power 3. This is polynomial of what? Of power 2. So in that case now, when you have improper fraction, what do we do? What do we do when we have cases of improper fraction? That's very simple. So what we do is to do a long division, polynomial division. Okay, so that's the first thing we do. And then in the process of that long division, then you're going to have a number and then a proper fraction. Then that long division will generate a number and what? And a normal proper fractions. Then after that, you can express it as what? As a partial fraction. So without wasting time, let's quickly dive into the solution of the following questions. Express the following improper fractions as a partial fraction. Question 1. The numerator and denominator, they have equal power. This is a power 2. This one also, if you expand it, is power 2. Okay? So let's quickly do the expansion of the denominator. So which will be this one times this one, x squared. This one times this one, minus 3x. This one times this one, plus x. Minus 1 times minus 3. So that will give us x squared minus 2x minus 3. So that's my denominator. Okay? So let's do the long division because the degree, this is improper fraction. Okay? Whereby the numerator is of power 2 and the denominator is of power 2. So I have this of 3x minus 2. This one also x squared minus 2x minus 3. So what can I use to multiply this first item so that you get x squared? And that will be 1. So 1 times this one, that's x squared. 1 times this one, minus 2x. 1 times this one, minus 3. Then you do your subtraction. This minus this, that's 0. This one minus 2x. That's what? That's plus 5x. Minus 2 minus 3. That's what? Plus 1. So you now stop at this point because the power of what you have here, the remainder power, is now less to what? To denominator. And your question, x squared plus 3x. This question is now equal to, this is what we call the quotient. This is a quotient, that's 1 plus your remainder here, 5x plus 1, and then over what? Over your denominator, which is equal to what? X plus 1 into bracket x minus 3. So then you now solve this one. You turn this one to partial fraction. So let's now solve this one. 5x plus 1 all over x plus 1 times x minus 3 is equal to a over linear factor x plus 1 then plus b over what? The second linear factor x minus 3. Then the common factor is x plus 1 and x minus 3. So use it to multiply the two sides of the equation. So and that will give us what? This one, this fraction here times the common factor. So I'm going to have the numerator here equal to here also this a over x plus 1 times this one, that will give me a x minus 3, then plus this one also times the common factor, and that will be b over x plus 1. So let's x be 3. So I'm going to have 5 times 3 plus 1, that's 16, equal to b 3 plus 1, that's a 4. So b is what? B is a 4. Then we can also make let's x be equal to minus 1. In that case, 5 times minus 1, that's minus 5 plus 1, that's minus 4. That's minus 4 equal to a. So this is minus 1 minus 4. That's minus 1 minus 3. That's minus 4. So a is what? A is 1. A is 1. A is 1. So then on the final notes, we have the 1 plus this fraction. We have the a is 1, so that's 1 over x plus 1. Then plus my b is what? B is 4. 4 over x minus what? X minus 3. So that finished the solution to that question. At the beginning of the lecture, I said when you have your improper fraction, you use a long division, and the moment you use your long division, you're going to have a number and what? An improper fraction. And you can see this is a proper fraction. What is the meaning of a proper fraction? The degree of the numerator now is now less to that of what? Denominator. And in that case now, you just solve the what? The proper fractions. And that's that on this question. We have to expand the degree of the numerator is 2, and that of denominator is also 2. So let's expand these linear factors. This one times this one, that's x squared. This one times this one plus x. This one times this one minus 2x. This one times this one minus 2. So I'm having now x squared. This and this, that's minus x minus 2. Okay? So that's what I have here. Then the next question now is to now do your long division, polynomial division. This is x squared. Okay, I'm going to write this one in the quadratic form, which will be plus 0x, then minus 10. Okay, then followed by x squared minus x minus 2. So what can I use here? What is the number I need to use here? So that when I multiply it by this, I must add my what? My x squared. So which is what? 1. So 1 times this will give me this one. 1 times this one, I'll have minus what? Minus x. And then 1 times this, I have minus 2. So then this and this will cancel. Then I have 0 minus x. I have this. And then minus 10, minus 2. That's a minus 8. Okay? I cannot go further because now the remainder here now has a lower power to the denominator. This is what we call your remainder. This is your, and this one is your quotient, and this one is your what? I have my quotient, this one, that's that, then plus my remainder is what? X minus 8 all over the divisor, which is what? Which is this one, which is the denominator there, that's x minus 2 into bracket x plus 1. And don't forget what we said at the beginning, that a proper fraction, the moment you do your long division, you're going to have a number and a proper fraction. What is a bit of a proper fraction? The degree, the power of the numerator will less to that of denominator. Okay, then you now solve it partially in partial fraction. So I'm going to take this one out. I'm going to take this proper fraction outside, solve it. I'm going to solve this. So, and this will be equal to what? A over what? X minus 2 plus what? B over what? X plus 1. So the common factor is what? X minus 2 times what? X plus 1. So use it to multiply both sides of the equation. And that will give me this on the left. And here I'm going to have A times what? X plus 1 plus. Here I'm going to have B times what? X minus 2. Okay? So in that case now, let what? Let x be equal to what? Minus 1. Okay? So on the left, I'm having minus 9. And here we have what? B into bracket. Minus 1 minus 2. That's minus 3. So B is what? B is 3. B is 3. Then the next thing we can do now, let x be 2. Then in that case, we're going to have 2 minus 8 equal to, if we substitute 2, b we cancel here, and we can have a 2 plus 1. This is 2 plus 1, that's 3. So I'm going to have minus 6 equal to what? Equal to 3a. So a is minus 2. Okay, so on the final note, the question, which is this, minus 10, equal to x minus 2 times x plus 1 equal to 1 plus is minus 2, so minus 2 over x minus 2, then plus b is what? 3, so that's 3 over what? X plus 1. And that's end that question. Then the next one is the C part. So let's quickly dive into the C parts. Yeah, if you check the third question here, you realize that the power of the polynomial here is 3. The power of the denominator here is what? Is 2. So this numerator power is higher to that of denominator. So let's quickly expand the denominator. The denominator, if you do the expansion, that will be x squared minus what? X. Then do your long division, which is this x cubed minus x squared minus this minus this. Then, okay? So what I need now, I need x, so that if I multiply this with this, I can get my x cubed. Okay? Then this one times this one minus what? Minus what? X squared. Then do your subtraction. This minus this will cancel. Then so minus this minus this. This also becomes 0. So I have minus x. Then I'll bring this one down, minus 3. So that's what I have now. And this one, this remainder now is lesser in power to this one. So this is power 1, this is what? Power 2. So in that case now, that's where I'm going to stop my division. So I will now have now, my question is now equal to this place, okay? That's the quotient, then plus minus this, all over this one, x into bracket what? X minus 1. So that's what I have in this case. Then this one is what? Is a proper fraction. I need to solve it using partial fraction. Okay? So I'll take that one out. This will be x minus 3 all over x into bracket x minus 1. Okay? And this will become a over what? This plus what? B over what? X minus 1. So this linear factor. So multiply through by the common factor, which is this. So we now have the numerator on the left equal to this fraction times this. That will give me a times what? X minus 1 plus this fraction also times the common factor. That will give me b times what? Times this. Okay? So in that case now, let's x be equal to 1. So that this will cancel. I can generate my b. So I now have minus 1 minus 3, which is minus 4, equal to what? Equal to b. So b is what? B is minus 4. B is minus 4. Then just pick any small value. Let s be equal to 0. So I have minus 3 on the left. So this will be what? Equal to a 0 minus minus 1. 0 minus 1, that's minus 1. This will cancel. So a is what? A is 3. A is 3. So the question, which is this one, is equal to this plus, from here, plus this is a proper fraction. We have a value for that, which is my a is what? My a is 3. That's 3 over x. Then my b is what? My b is minus 4. So that's plus minus 4 over what? X minus 1. Okay? So so that would be this plus minus, minus here 4 over what? X minus 1. So that's the answer for that. Question. So if you're new on this channel and you're yet to subscribe, okay, The only thing you can do to advance this channel is to click on the icon of the video and subscribe so that you can keep track of the update of this channel. Okay, not only subscribing, but also clicking on what? Click on the notification bell so that you can get notified anytime I upload new video. Click on like button and begin to send a comment now. Okay, finally, please share the link of this video on your social media platform. Okay, join the next question. That's on question 2 on these aspects.